If you buy it, of course. World Cup 2026, football that unites the world. The Somali referee Omar Artan, who was appointed by FIFA to serve in the World Cup, was preparing to go down in history as the first Somali referee on behalf of his country, but an unexpected thing happened when he arrived in America for the World Cup. His entry to the USA was denied. Following that, FIFA opened that Artan will not take part in the 2026 World Cup and has been removed from the referee squad. So a referee appointed by FIFA, who was decided to officiate the tournament, was not admitted to America where the tournament is organized. Thus, referee Omar Artan remained outside the World Cup. The real question is this: how can FIFA, despite being the highest level representative of football, tasked with protecting the values of football, not intervene in this situation? As if this were not enough, Artan was subjected to an 11-hour interrogation by the US officials. Then he was sent to his country without any justification being shown. Artan had also experienced difficulties during the visa process, so he received the support of the Somali embassy in Nairobi. Thanks to this, he had acquired a diplomatic passport. However, this situation was not enough to convince the US authorities. Moreover, Omar Artan was chosen as the best African referee of the year 2025 by the Confederation of African Football last year. Artan, in fact, had worked for years for this moment. Since his childhood, he was describing officiating in the World Cup as the biggest dream of his life. However, there were obstacles in front of Artan that he never expected. For example, his country, Somalia. Despite having a limited visibility in international football due to long years of security, infrastructure, and organization problems, he never gave up. Artan started his refereeing career in the local Somali leagues. Since 2018, he takes place among the referees on the FIFA list, and in the end, he became a very successful referee. Artan's success overshadowed Somalia's bad football background in the last 3 decades, and witnessed a referee from Somalia representing not only Somalia, but also the African continent. The rise of a referee coming out of such an environment to the FIFA level was seen as a symbolic success, both in the Somali sports public and in African football circles. If Omar Artan could take part in the 2026 World Cup, he would be the first Somali referee serving in the World Cup right now. But the real story started on his return to the country. When he returned to Mogadishu, thousands of people gathered to welcome him. Close to 70,000 people filled the stadiums and made chants in his name. When he returned to his country, everyone from politicians to athletes supported him. Omar Artan could not go to the World Cup, but he has now turned into a national hero on behalf of his country. And not to forget, Omar Artan says that his Somali citizenship might be a factor in the denial of his entry to the USA. If America is going to act this hostile towards foreign nationals, why is it hosting the World Cup? The World Cup is the World Cup when you can treat every person of the world equally. In a place where a football player's passport is questioned before their talent, and a referee's nationality is talked about before their knowledge, there is no football, there is racism. What do you think? Do you think FIFA is confused? Leave a comment.